Hey guys, welcome back to This Is What I Do with me, Tsidi Zanda. And today's guest is what people call a triple threat, right? He is a digital and tech innovator, film producer, and a director, and he is a musician.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
do it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bohlale,
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, TD. It's good to be here. Very nice studio.
Thank
Yeah,
you. We
yeah.
try.
Yeah, it looks good.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bohlale Bomac Makgolane.
Yeah, Makgolane.
Makgolane.
Yeah,
Yeah. We
yeah.
obviously Bomac, people always want to find out where does that come from?
Yeah. So Bomac is literally from Bohlale Makgolane. It's
Yeah,
Bo is the first two letters,
of
and
course.
then Makgolane, I just took the first three letters.
Is it like a stage name or it's what you go with all the three things that I've
Yeah,
just introduced?
it started off as a stage name when I was,
Yeah.
just creating my music
It's giving
brand.
rapper.
Yeah, when I was rapping. But then it eventually now like there's people who don't even know my real name. So it just follows
It's like your
in all
brand.
industries. Yeah, definitely my brand. So
Yeah.
yeah.
When I said digital and tech innovator,
Yeah.
I remember when I put that there, I was overthinking it. What is the difference between a digital innovator and a tech innovator? Or is it the same thing?
I mean, digital is a part of technology, right? So I
Yes.
guess you can use them interchangeably.
Okay.
But tech is not always digital as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. So digital is on the phone and screens and all of that. So I'm a digital tech innovator because I work on digital devices
Yeah.
and create digital
Okay, I understand it
visuals and
better now.
images. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. You are what people, and this day and age, they call it a creative hybrid, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bridging the gap between sound and screen.
Yes, yes.
What does that mean?
So this literally is because I started off as a musician,
Yeah.
so I have an ear for music and how to make it and what sounds good. And then later in my years, I started learning film.
Okay.
So it's only natural that the two things that you know in art or the things that you know in art, when you're creating, you blend them together.
100%.
So now how I use it is every time I'm directing a scene, when I see a scene, I already direct with the music in mind. I already know
Aha.
that, okay, when
Yeah.
TD walks in and then she sits down, this is the kind of music I'm going to play. And then when the next guy comes in running, I already know
Yeah.
that's the
You
music I'm
you
going to
wired
play.
like that already.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
And I
awesome.
think that is my one skill, is to be able to create a good blend between picture and sound, and that just makes it an even better experience. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You on a big new telenovela. I don't know how new it is, but I remember watching it. The first, okay, I actually watched it. It's called Pimville on
Yes.
SABC2, a
Yes. Yes.
telenovela. How does that project find you? You are on it as one of the creatives there.
Yeah.
What's your role? How does that opportunity find its way to your doorstep?
So it's by God's grace. I think everybody in South Africa right now that's employed and able to, especially to do what they love. You can only give credit to God for that, because it's there's a big gap in employment right now,
Yeah,
especially in the
huge.
youth. So I can't tell you how I found myself there, outside of prayer. But yes, it's called Pimville on SABC2, and it started in October, I think, September, October 2025.
Okay.
And I'm one of the directors there. We've got 4 directors on the show. And my role there literally is to take what's on the script. We have writers who write the script,
Yeah.
and to put it into picture. And putting it into picture literally means I'd have to speak to the actor and say, okay, no, this is how the scene reads. So I need you to approach the scene in this way. Your emotions, approach it in this way. And yeah, that's literally what we do as directors, is to translate from script to
Yeah.
picture. Grade 9, I started hip hop. So, so a lot of
Hip hop
things
came
changed.
between you and your grades.
Yeah, hip hop came in between me and my grades. A lot of things changed. But yeah, I come from a big family. I've got 6 siblings.
And you are number?
Number 6.
Last
Number
born.
6, and then I've got a younger sister.
Okay.
Um, And yeah, my upbringing was very good, very relaxed town. We're on the border of Kruger National Park.
Yeah.
So in Palabora, you're exposed to a lot of wildlife and tourism, so that really is part of who I am today, appreciating nature and appreciating God's creation. Coming from a town like that, it's only natural that you're that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I made music from a pretty young age. From grade 6, grade 7, I think I was 11, 12 years old. I was already performing at my school. I had a group that I was in. I think I formed more than 6 groups
You were
in
in
my
all
youth.
of them.
And I was the leader of all of them. And from all my friends, I think I'm probably, if without disrespect to anyone, I think I'm probably the only one that's gone forward with music. Because it was always done as a hobby. Always do
Yeah.
it to get the girls.
For vibes.
Yeah, and vibes.
Yeah.
But I've gone through with it, and it's actually what I do today.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my next question. That in the creative space, I mean, you do a lot of things in the creative space. Which one bit you first, and you just said now
Yeah.
it's definitely the music.
It's definitely the music. I mean, I didn't know anything about film until like 2009. No, not even 2009. 2020 or yeah, 2019. I didn't know anything about film. I'd watch TV, but never really think about what happens at the back and who creates
How do you get
this
into
and
film? Did you go to school for it, or it found you?
yeah, I didn't go to school for it. I landed on a set in 2019.
Lockdown.
On lockdown, yes. I was helping a friend out. He was a director there, and I started going every day after that. Literally, that's just how it happened. I was just going to visit a friend on set, and yeah, now
You've worked on the river. You've done Lockdown season 5. You've done Deep City.
yes.
You've done now Pimville.
Yeah,
These
yeah,
are big telenovelas.
yeah,
Big.
yeah. I did Kabeja the Empire as
Kabeja,
well.
yes.
Yeah.
So you were based in PE for that.
Yeah, I was in PE for 2 years or so,
Yeah.
working on that project, and a lot of things came out of that project for me outside of Kabeja the Empire, the actual show. There's a Bluetooth pairing request. We can continue. We can continue. But yeah, a lot of things came out from that because that's when I started doing my directing and acting master classes because of the development in the Eastern Cape is not where the Gauteng
100%.
skill set
Yeah.
is. So I saw that gap, and that's actually what brought me to start my company and all of that. So that was a very good time period in my life. Yeah.
Growing up, who is that person you would look at, him or her, that looked like success, and you would think, I want to be her or him. Who was that person for you? You always see abantu abadala, driving nice cars, or auntie who works somewhere far, comes back with all the money and all the goodies. Who looked like success in your world that inspired you that I want to leave parabolwa, the tongue twisting, and I want to do what this person is doing. Who was that for you?
I've never been asked that question, and
Have you
it's
thought
not
about it?
No, I haven't. And I think it's because it was a combination of people, right? And I would take one thing from each person. I don't think I've looked at somebody and said, as a whole, this is my.
Okay, let's break it down.
But Zola 7. Zola 7
great role model.
has definitely been a big influence in who I am now, even as a human being. I mean, you watch the show where he's helping people, he's improving society, and he's doing this. Music afforded him that ability to do that,
Yeah.
So I really respected his craft a lot in that sense. And he was just a cool guy, right? He was a cool guy.
Yeah,
His acting
very.
was good. His music is amazing.
Likable guy.
Very likable. You could see he had compassion. So I think that is the one guy that I can say when I was growing up, I really looked up to a lot. And then in terms of more of like fatherly roles and figures, my parents are a very good example of people that I admire. My siblings, my older brothers, my sisters, all of them contribute to that. So like I'm saying, I'll take a little bit,
combination,
a combination of a lot of people.
Bohlale, for anyone who has not come across your face, your name, your work, what would you say you do? for a living?
Yeah, so I'm a creative storyteller, and I tell stories through music and film, and that's literally it in
That's
short.
simple.
Yeah, it's that simple. But I'm also an innovator. I like to push boundaries and try out new things, new technologies. My company is called Ecclesia Works, and that's what we're about. I'm a kingdom citizen, and I try to use my company to serve the
What's a
kingdom of
kingdom
God.
citizen?
So a kingdom citizen is a person that lives by the precepts and the under the authority of Jesus Christ, basically.
Okay, it's what I thought. I just
Yeah.
wanted you to explain it for anyone else who
Yeah, yeah.
wasn't going
Kingdom
to
citizen
understand it.
is a lifestyle of heaven on earth, basically. And yeah, that's what I'm trying to live by and trying to teach and do through my work as well.
Yeah.
Through my company. Yeah.
I think we touched on it in earlier that you've worked on one of the biggest telenovelas shows in SA. Big names, your Cindy Latus, your
Yeah.
Losha Coopers, your
Yeah.
Hamilton Dlaminis,
Yes.
Osis Don Tandega King, big
Yes.
names.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be in a room with people like that? Were you starstruck and you felt like you need to show up in your A game? You can't mess up here because
Yeah, I don't think I was ever starstruck.
yeah.
More than anything, I felt blessed because your work is made so much easier when you're working with professionals that know
Yeah.
exactly what they need to do.
100%.
So I was
Yeah.
privileged to be able to work with those kind of people. But in terms of intimidation and being starstruck, I never was. But bringing my A game, I always bring my A game, even if I'm working with an actor that has never worked before. I try to treat people of different calibers in the same way because it's a professional. We're in a certain profession,
Yeah.
so everybody is afforded the same treatment.
Yeah.
Where, as far as I'm concerned, But it's definitely an honor to work with all these big
Yeah.
names. I mean, coming from a small town like Palabora, you would not even imagine to be
If it's possible.
sharing rooms with these people, But yeah, it's part of the job, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's that monster called imposter syndrome, that whispers and say, "You're not good enough.
Yeah,
What are
and
you doing here?"
those are the benefits I have of being a kingdom citizen, kingdom ambassadors, because I know I'm placed here for a certain reason, so I deserve to be here.
So your religion helps you to understand your purpose.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, Jesus Christ helps me to understand my purpose. So it's not difficult for me to own a space when I'm
Yeah.
there.
Your very first directing project. How did it feel? The nerves. Take us through it. Were you ready? How do you prepare? Like, what was going through your mind?
Yeah, it's not easy to answer that because it didn't come like now you're doing this. It came gradually where you do it for a day and then you're allowed to do it again the
And
next
you were
day.
still observing and learning.
Still observing and learning.
And that's lockdown.
No, lockdown. I was assistant directing.
Yeah.
I only started proper directing on Deep City. That's where I was given the opportunity to actually direct scenes and all of that. I think directors, I don't know if they do it on purpose, but they
Yeah.
really make it look like it's difficult, and it's not. It's one of the easiest things to do. I think you just need to be emotionally
Are they overselling
intact.
themselves?
Yeah, I think they oversell
I'm a
themselves.
director.
I'm a director. I go through so much every day. I need to think of that. I need to. No, it's not.
I need peace. People must stop talking when I walk into the room.
None of it. You're literally a servant because you just need to create an environment
Yeah.
that allows the actor to perform to the best of their ability.
Okay.
That's all you're doing. So yeah, it wasn't like a big break for me. It was gradually coming, and
hear
by the
you.
time I got my formal contract to say you are now a director here, I was already doing it, and so it
Yeah.
wasn't intimidating or scary. It always is a bit challenging. Like in the morning when I get to work, I'm always thinking about what is going to unfold today, because part of directing is problem solving. You have to be a big and good, fast problem solver. So you're just waiting for
Think
all
on
these
your
challenges.
feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just waiting to see what's going to be thrown at me today.
What would you say sucks about being a director? Let's talk about the negative side of it. What sucks for you in your experience for as long as you've been working in this space?
Jesus, I hope I don't lose my job over this
No,
question.
no. Well,
Yeah, no. Well, I'll answer it.
don't target it to the company,
Yes,
but
yes,
just
yes.
things that come up that just suck.
Yeah, I mean, look, the reality is you watch Pimville every day. I'm going to
Yeah.
use Pimville as an example. It's an everyday show. So that means we need to deliver episodes on the daily. So the time pressure to shoot so many episodes in a short space of time, that's hard. It's a high pressured environment. And, I mean, you're the leader of a crew of 100 people. If you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, your tone is going to set the tone for everybody else.
Yeah.
So you always need to come in a good mood, in a good
Yeah.
space. Everybody feeds off your energy. So even when you're having a bad day, you have to try your best not to show it, because it's going to transfer
out
to
of it.
everyone. You have to snap out of it
Yeah.
and make jokes, even if you're not happy. So I
Yeah.
think that's what it is that when you're at work, you don't get to relax. You don't get to be vulnerable as well in that way. You always have to be on top of your game.
In
You
a
have to look
day.
like you're in control. I think we
Yeah.
act, as a director, I act more than the actors. Because like I'm saying, if I'm in a
Do
bad
this.
mood, I have to be happy. I have to act
Yeah.
like I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to
But
be in
in
character.
a day, using just Pimville as how many episodes in a day?
We
For
shoot more than an
example?
episode a day.
How
So
many?
an episode has about 12 to 13 scenes.
Yeah.
We can shoot 18 scenes a day. Yeah. 18 is a lot. Is a lot of scenes.
So
to
the
shoot.
negative is definitely the long hours.
It's the long hours. Yeah. Long hours. And also, I mean, I spend more time at work than I do at home.
Yeah.
So
And you can't be moody.
cannot be. Yeah. Or you can, you just
Leave
can't
the
let it
moods at
show.
home.
You can't
What
let
are
it
you
show.
doing here in Upetwezi moods?
Yeah, exactly.
And you've gone on to start your own, is it a media house or a production house?
Yes.
Ecclesia Works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ecclesia
about
Works. Ecclesia Works is my new baby. We've been running for a year and a bit now, and we are a media house, and I think our pride is in incorporating AI into the technologies that we already currently
Yeah.
using to create visuals, sounds, and all of that. So I started Ecclesia Works because I wanted to solve problems of firstly purpose in the youth, because like I mentioned, I was doing directing masterclasses in
Yeah.
the Eastern Cape, and the questions stopped being about directing. They started being about purpose, when I realized that the youth
Yeah.
is threatened by
There's
AI.
a bigger need, yeah.
They're threatened by AI. They're asking if a machine can draw and sing and act and all of this stuff, then what is my purpose as an actor or a director if this stuff is being done by AI? So I started channeling my master classes into serving purpose, because if you know your purpose, then you'll know that nothing is going to replace what God created
Yeah,
you for.
100%,
You know,
yeah.
so that's our main mission at Ecclesia Works, is to use these technologies and to show you that they're actually a tool to enhance
To
your
make you
skill.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to enhance your skill and your already given talent, not to replace it. Through Ecclesia Works, I've shot my first film. It's called Mini. Richard Lukunku is the lead actor there. He acts there with his son. There's also Mam Clementine Musimani, who's a legendary actress
yeah, she is
on our
one.
screens. And that's my first film that I've shot through Ecclesia Works, and I've also done the very first South African AI music video, which is called Baddie, and that is basically me showing that, look, this AI tool is not where everybody thinks it is. It's great, but it can never replicate a human being, because in that video, I'm showing myself. Literally, it's me doing all of these
Yeah.
things through AI, right? I think the reason I was passionate about that
I'm
is because
excited to see that.
I'll
the
show it
AI
to you. I'll show it to you. It helps a lot because I don't like being in front of the camera. I don't like acting, or I don't like shooting music videos. I don't like
Listen, I
taking
get
photos of
you.
myself.
You don't want to
So
make things about you.
yeah, I don't like being here and like this, but this is good because we're having a conversation. But if I have to
Yeah.
pose and if I have to act, then I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So AI for me
Allows you to
was great
to
because
direct.
yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And now I don't have to take pictures. I can do my pictures through AI. I can
Yeah.
do so it solves a lot of problems even for myself. So I'm I'm a case study for myself. Everything that I do for my clients is things that I've done for myself before.
Yeah. The name Ecclesia, like, what is it? What does it come from? What does it mean?
Yeah, ecclesia is an ancient Greek word that is used to it was a political term actually before, and it's literally an assembly of people that are brought in and brought together to roll out a certain mission or a certain agenda or a plan, right? So the reason I chose Ecclesia Works is because that's what my company is about. Is I'm here to roll out the plan of the Creator, of God, our Creator. I'm here to affect and influence the culture of youth, especially on Earth, to replicate it to what is happening in heaven, and yeah, that's where the
You're
name
very
comes from.
grounded.
Thank you. I try.
Well, in ngesixhosa sithi uyazazi, you know yourself.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a long journey.
It's very important to know yourself, especially in the space that you are in.
Yes.
You will fall for many things if you don't know yourself.
Yes, exactly. And I come from there. So
Yeah.
yeah.
You touched on Mini. Let's go into Mini. What goes into making a short film? Let's speak budget-wise. How do you start? You have this idea. Take us through it. What do you do next to make this project come alive?
Yeah, it's, shooting a film, your own film as well, by yourself without commissioning or funding,
Yeah.
is one of the biggest, the most discouraging things. It's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't do it.
Yeah.
Is because when you start talking budget, then it's too expensive. Because I need to pay people, I need to pay for the
Borrow
equipment, and all of that.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, so for me to put my film together, I was fortunate enough. I pray a lot, and my prayer was for God to let me meet the people that are going to make this thing happen. People who share a similar vision, or people who want to create. And I was fortunate enough to get a team of people, very young, talented people that brought their skills. And my expenses there were just literally taking care of them, and locations, paying for the locations, paying for vehicles, paying for the props. Basically, everything that you're seeing on the screen needs to be paid for, and the equipment especially. I think the highest cost was the equipment and the actors, but yeah, it was difficult. It was difficult because your budget. This is where you start seeing that time is money.
Yep.
Because if you don't finish shooting at 6 o'clock tonight, that
Money
means
is wasted.
you have to pay again tomorrow for this location. You have to pay the actors again tomorrow. You have to feed everyone again tomorrow. So, this it really taught me how to value time. And I've always known that, but now when it's your money that's burning, it's a different thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
So my biggest challenge
Yeah.
was separating my producer mind and my directing creative mind. It's always a big challenge when you're a producer that is directing, because you might start compromising on the creativity because of money.
Yeah.
You'll say, let's shoot this quickly. Look, just do it quickly.
And you jeopardizing the quality.
No emotion in the performance,
Yeah.
not a great shot, all of that, So by God's grace, we're done with Mini, and very soon we'll be doing the marketing rollout for it. So I'm excited for you guys to
How
see
did
that.
you raise the funds?
I have a 9 to 5. I work.
So you were
I
saving from your other jobs?
Yes, from my directing work, I had to save for it.
No funding, all you?
Yes. Everything that is on there came from my salary that I was earning. So, yeah.
Damn. And how long is the movie?
It's 25 minutes.
Okay.
25 minutes long.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I don't. It wasn't a difficult decision for me to make to say, look, I'm gonna save this money because that's what God gives you resources for.
True.
You know, so you have to use them in the
Yeah.
best way possible.
Yeah.
And multiply them basically. So that's that. I think
Yeah.
that's what I did.
So in Ecclesia Works, right? Are you you're the founder?
Yeah.
Are you in a partnership? Who else is involved in that now?
It's just me.
It's just
It's
you.
just me, and I have a team that delivers certain works that need
Yeah.
to be done. Yeah.
But do you think partnerships are important, or maybe as it grows bigger, maybe you might have partners on board, or you want to keep it just Bomac?
Yeah, partnerships are very important. I mean, even God says it in the Bible that two is better than one.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
It's a simple fact.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
relieves you from the pressure of having to do everything by yourself and all of that, But for this company, I didn't feel the need to go into a partnership because I consult with a lot of people. I consult with people that are skilled in what they do, So I guess it's partnerships in that sense, just not contractually on the business documentation that we're partners, but I have people that provide services that's needed.
Yeah. Let's go into the music.
Yeah.
Your first love.
Yeah.
2019, an EP. In a Perfect World.
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah, my favorite project.
What makes it your favorite project? Tell us about that. I think there's another one that came out, Like a Drug. An
Yeah,
R&B
Love
album.
Like a Drug was
Love
my,
Like a
my
Drug.
R&B album in 2023.
Tell us about each project, each year. What was happening in your life then? Let's start with 2019, A Perfect World.
Yeah.
Where are you? How does this come about? Where are you in your life when this happens?
So yeah, in a perfect world was my first album, because I'd been releasing singles, putting singles
Yeah.
out. So I think that's also why I'm proud of it that much, is because it's my first body of music put together,
Yeah.
compiled to get you through. Feeling 1 to feeling 2 to feeling 3, feeling 5. By the time the album is done, you've gone on a journey of feelings.
You've covered all the emotions.
You've covered all the emotions, But I made that album because that's the mindset I was in. I was in the mindset of creating my own perfect world. I realized that a perfect world sort of doesn't exist unless you create it for yourself. So it was
100%.
me coming into terms with
Yeah.
that I actually have been living in a perfect world my whole life. I've just been stubborn about it, or I just wasn't unlocking my mind to seeing it. Because when you open your eyes and you use your eyes differently, you start
Yeah.
seeing the beauty of everything around you. So I was embracing beauty that I wasn't seeing before. You see problems and you see challenges and you struggle to find the beauty in it.
And it can depress you that
Yeah.
you forget to see the brighter side of life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just waking up every morning
And
and your heart is beating.
Yeah.
That's a perfect
It's
world.
good enough.
Yeah.
It's good enough to
Yeah.
just be that. Where is it? Is it on Spotify? Is it still available? If anyone watches this episode and is like, okay, I think I'm in that mindset. I'm in my perfect world. Let me go check this out. Where is it?
I always say, wherever your favorite musician is, Bomax music is there. So if your favorite musician is Drake, wherever you go to find Drake songs, my music is there too. So
Yeah.
literally, if you just go on the internet and search
Yeah.
Bomac, a whole lot will come up.
Love Like a Drug. Which year is this? What's going on in your life? You're in love.
Love Like
It
a Drug
feels like a drug.
was 2023. And yes, look, a lot of my albums speak about the mindset that I'm in that period. So yes, I was in love at that time.
2023.
2023 was the year it was released.
Yeah.
It took us 2 years to do that album. I wrote the first song of Love Like a Drug in 2020, I think. 2020, 2021. That's when we recorded the first song. And we recorded the last song in 2023, January.
This is R&B.
Yeah, first R&B. This was my first time coming out as a singer, because I've always been either rap or doing Afro pop, Afro beats.
Are you singing, or are you auto-tuning your way through it? I'm just
remember
checking.
we said
I'm just
technology.
checking.
Technology is used to enhance your talent already. So
There it is.
auto-tune is there.
It's neither here or there.
It's auto-tune is there, but that doesn't mean the singing is not there.
Got you.
You must listen to T-Pain when he's singing without auto-tune. He's
He-
an amazing singer.
He is.
So
He's
it's just about
great.
the sound you want to create.
Yeah.
So yeah, Love Like a Drug. It's a love album, and it just speaks about how addictive love can be sometimes, and you don't even realize it, that you're living for this thing and
Chasing the
you're
feeling.
chasing the feeling.
Yeah.
And you're immersed in it. I think that's what the album is. It's an immersion of love, being immersed
It's
in
so
the feeling
intense.
of
I
love.
can't wait to hear it because I
Yeah.
love intense descriptions of love.
Yeah. And addiction is not a good thing, right? So it's love done on another level.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the album, and very beautiful album. I still listen to it almost on a daily.
Definitely listening to it on my way.
Yeah, you should. And
Home
there's also
from
the
here.
live version of it, because I launched the album in Port Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And I performed with a live band there, so I released that album as well, and it's also
Yeah.
very interactive. When you listen to it, you'll feel like you are there.
Okay. I'll give you feedback
Okay, good.
and you must take it.
Good. I'm ready.
70 times 7 attempts,
Mm.
which came out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
A soulful exploration of love, loss, and the refusal to give up.
Yes.
Sounds interesting. Sounds personal.
Yes. Yes.
Tell us about this project.
Yeah, 70 times 7 is my most recent release. I released that now in 2025.
Yeah.
And before 70 times 7, the previous thing I released was Love Like a Drug in 2023. So it's been 2 years. So this was a collection of all the emotions, all the feelings in those 2 years, 3 years, like you said, loss and refusal to give up and all of that, The title says it for itself. The title comes from, how the disciples asked Jesus, or I think it was the Pharisees that asked Jesus, if somebody offends me, if my brother offends me, how many times should I forgive them? And Jesus says 70 times 70, or 70 times 7.
Wow.
So that's on the forgiveness side. Now I'm saying 70 times 7 attempts.
Even at love.
At love, yeah. That,
Yeah.
if my heart is broken, I'm going to keep going again, because that's what we're here
But
for.
can we stop at least at 70 times?
Yeah, that means endless. That means endless, and that's the agape love that we're trying to imitate God with, and it's so difficult.
So, what does this album feel like? Is it R&B? What goes? What's in it?
So 70 times 7 is a single, and it's R&B pop,
Okay.
R&B pop, but it's very heartfelt, very honest lyrics, and like you said, very personal. Yeah, so you guys should go listen to it. Before you listen to anything else, start with 70 times 7 and then go work your way back.
Can we start where you are and then go back to where you were?
Exactly.
Start with the present and go back to the past.
Yes.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the AI music video. It had to be called Baddie.
Yeah.
Like, it really had to be called a baddie?
So let me tell you the story about that. And thank you for mentioning that. And this is why AI is important, right? Is because I feel like AI is a very powerful tool that we can use to change narratives and correct narratives.
Okay.
So Baddie is a song that I did with Civil the Sound, my producer. We did it in, I think, like 2019 or 2020. So it's a song that I did when I was in a different mindset. I was still doing club music, still doing party music, and I'm talking about this girl. She's a baddie, right?
She bad, she fine.
She bad, and that's the thing. So now when the AI idea came, I'm like, let me see if I can change the narrative of the song, because I love the song. It's a good song, but I want to change the narrative of it, that when you hear baddie, I want to change the
Yeah.
concept of what a
the
baddie
negative
is.
connotation that's attached to the name baddie.
Exactly. So at the end of the music video, you'll see there's the lady who we're speaking about here. She's a sportsman. She's playing basketball and stuff. And she says being a baddie is just being great at what you do. So she's saying I'm a sport baddie. You can be a corporate baddie. You can be, you know what I mean? We're changing the narrative
I love it.
of what it is.
Yeah.
And that's what AI is here for. You know, I think for stories that were mistold, AI is able to retell those stories correctly and bring in the visuals for it, bring in the sounds for it. Because let's say you want to tell a story about the king of the Badis, for instance. Through AI, we're able to replicate him. We're able to create the wardrobe, the clothes that they wore, the foods that they ate. We're able to take you back into times like that.
You get as close to reality as you can with AI.
Yeah. And
reality, but-
especially for realities that are in the
Yeah,
past,
yeah.
and bringing it back. So, you know, that's my next project is now I want to start working on biblical stories and African concepts in them, bringing in the where Africanism is important in the Christian progression, and where Africanism comes to play in the biblical stories that we already know.
And where can we watch the video?
So
AI,
I'm still going to put that out right now. What I've got on my social media platforms is snippets, because I want to do an official viewing for it. I'm working on an exhibition for the film Mini and the music video, and this is literally just to show the different levels of creativity, to show the impact of human interconnectedness, which is the film, where we had to use actors and we had to do this thing together in collaboration, and then versus AI, where it was just me and my AI technician sitting. So that's the juxtaposition of technologies that we're trying to show in this exhibition. So look, we want to do it as soon as possible, but we're waiting for the right time, waiting for God's go ahead to do it.
Yeah. I'm excited just hearing about it.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting because, I mean, it's a whole curation that we're going to do. I'm going to blend music into it. All the music that is on my film, Mini, is music that we created from scratch for that film.
Yeah.
So we're going to perform that music as well as the movie is playing. So as the movie is playing, the music will be played live as the movie is being watched, you know. So that's an experience on its own.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So we like pushing boundaries, things that are not usual.
You're
things.
challenging yourself as well.
Yeah.
Bohlale, there's a general perception that young people don't want to go to school to obtain a tertiary education anymore. Not even don't want to, they do not see a need. Many young people are self-taught, self-taught film producers, self-taught music producers, self-taught tech people.
Yeah.
The information is definitely out there that you can actually master it and become an expert just by watching, observing and looking at people's work. Do you think school is still important, especially in what you do?
Yeah, school is very important. Education is very important, because it gives you a different outlook to life. You view the world and life in a certain way when you've got information. And it's part of the reason why, like I said, people are threatened by AI. It's because they don't have the information. They don't know what it is. So in order for you to maximize on your already given skills and talent, you need the education to excel and to be better than what you are. So education is a very important thing. I mean, we have to learn. You have to take your skills from level 1 to the next level. And school does that. School also brings you connections. You meet up with people with like-minded people, and you'll probably start a business with them in 5 years. So it's you can't rule out school, but is there a gap in the way education is delivered? 100%. I think it can be better, and that's what I'm trying to do as well with Ecclesia Works. Is purpose-driven education. Is I'm not going to teach you how to be a director if it's not God's purpose for you, you know. So teach with purpose in mind. I'm not going to teach a fish how to fly. That's what's happening right now.
The fish must want to be a fish.
The fish must be a fish, you know. So and you can teach it how to swim faster. You can teach it, but don't take it out of its environment and expect it to do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
So I think that's where there is a little bit of a gap in how education is delivered to people. I think,
Yeah.
when, especially to the youth, like the conversation we had earlier is that, people need guidance about what to study, where to study, how to do it. You'll realize when you get older, when people are doing their masters and all of that, that education is easier that way because they've sort of started a foundation. They know that I'm a chartered accountant. Let me do my, whatever qualifications
Yeah.
further after
Write
that.
the boards and things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you with that? What was your foundation? Because you can't, for someone like you, you can't go study music and now you must go and study information systems or engineering. And then
Yeah.
you must now go to after and study film.
Yeah.
It's too much education.
Yeah.
You can't study for everything.
Yes.
Some things, like you said, you find yourself in a set, you adapt, you learn.
Yeah.
But what was your foundation? Like that like now helped your mind to be able to treat each creative space using that knowledge and treat it as a professional space,
Well, my educational foundation was marketing. I did
Okay.
marketing at UJ.
Okay.
Even though I'm not in it's not my 9 to 5. I don't work at a marketing firm. I use it every day because I'm a brand on my own.
Yeah.
I have my business and
Yeah.
I need those tools. So that was my foundation. But do I wish I could have studied music 100%? And that's what I'm trying to change now is I don't want everybody to have to go through what I went through to go the long way around to find your purpose. If you know that you're here on earth to be a singer, go now and go to music school. If you know you're a filmmaker, go to film school. Yes, you can learn on the job, but you're getting direct education about it. You're just going to be exposed to more things. If there was one thing, or there is one thing I know I need to study is business management because I have all of these business ideas that
Yeah.
I have. I don't need to know the intricacies of that industry, but I need to know how to spot talent in order to recruit somebody to run that division of the business
Yeah.
for me, and just how to manage the finances and how to manage the marketing and all of that. So there's always you can never learn too much.
What's the ultimate goal with the tech, the digital work that you do, with the film, with the music, with those three things? What's the goal? Like, what would you make you feel like, okay, now I've made it. Now I've achieved what's your vision for it?
So my vision is to inspire, the youth especially who think it's impossible to reach limits that are usually reached by certain people. And to also instill leadership qualities in the youth, because I think we're all natural leaders.
Yeah.
Some people just don't know it. And I think through the works that I'm doing and the inspiration that comes with it, I'm hoping people can be leaders themselves and start their own businesses and all of that. But I think the ultimate thing is to affect the culture and to bring Jesus into the picture of the youth especially, because that's the way, the truth, and the life. So that's all I'm here for. I consult with God all the time, so He keeps telling me, okay, now this is what you're going to do, and that's where I go. So I just want to stay obedient to that. But yeah, ultimately is to teach about what Jesus Christ and God and the Holy Spirit brought us here to do on earth.
Using these three mediums.
Yeah, and I think they're the most powerful mediums.
For
Media,
sure.
media is the most powerful tool because that's what controls the culture. If in the media people start walking around naked, it's gonna affect the culture.
starts
We're gonna
looking
start
cool,
doing.
so
We're gonna
everyone is
start doing
naked,
it.
yeah.
So yeah, my responsibility is quite big, because those are the entities you're fighting against now, that are misleading the true and initial intention of God. The media is putting that to the side. So yeah.
That's the message you wanna
Yeah. Is to just sell more and more of kingdom living on earth.
See, now I had a question that I wanted to ask, but that was literally the last question. Now I've forgotten the follow-up question. Yes, where can people find you, your work, your socials, where they can follow the film, the music,
Yeah.
all these innovative, interesting projects that you're talking about?
Yeah, so I mean, we're in the era of social media.
Yeah.
The world has literally become super small
We can
because of
find
social
you
media.
now.
Yeah, you can literally hang out with me.
Yeah.
So yeah, my Instagram handle is at @bo_MAQ.
Okay.
And it's the same YouTube across all platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you'll see all my latest work, everything I'm doing. Sorry, but also watch SABC2 every day, 9 o'clock. Pimville. I mean, Monday to Friday. Yeah, Pimville is on there. That's my work. My music is on YouTube and all digital platforms. My work is there, and yeah, very soon I'll be putting out dates for when I'll do the screening for my first film.
I love it.
Yeah.
Must be invited.
Yeah, certainly I will. Front row seats.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Thank
making
you.
time.
Thank you, TD, and thank you to the team. Beautiful
Yeah.
setup.
Kay and Ray.
Thanks for the lovely conversation.
Thanks.
And yeah, I wish you all the best with your podcast.
Tell
all
them
the
to stop
blessings.
watching. They must also
Guys,
subscribe.
stop watching.
We need the numbers.
Stop watching and then
Seriously.
not subscribing. You know, and I'm not saying subscribe to something you don't like, but let's support each other. This
There's
is
a
how.
lady. There's a lady who was crashing out on TikTok saying, "You guys don't watch my ads. Do you know I make
Oh.
money from these ads? Why are you not subscribing?" I get it.
Yeah.
Because our podcast is growing like this.
Yeah.
We're literally still stuck in the hundreds, and we're just trying to get to the thousands. And you see the viewers. You know, people
Yeah.
do watch your stuff. They just don't subscribe. Guys, please, we need the numbers.
It'll get there. It'll get
We
there.
we want to get more people. You know, some people look at numbers and they start taking you seriously when you have a bigger following.
Just do the Lord's work, and then don't worry about
Ne?
other things. Yeah, just do the right thing, and all of these things will come.
Massive. Like it's done.
Yeah.
It's done. Thank you so much, guys. See you again next time. That's it. It's a wrap. Done and dusted.